Monkeyins, it's E-Monk here, and today we are going over the hood! Yes, this fantastic thing, including the pom-pom balls down there. But yes, it even has a liner included, so y'all also get to learn how to make a liner. Also? Really? Really me? Oh well. It's like almost midnight, and I'm really tired, and this is like the 6th time of me attempting to edit this video, so hopefully this works out. Alright, let's get started. First, you're going to copy a hood. Now, at first, I thought I needed to go outward, because I wanted it to be baggy. But, as I did it, I realized that I kind of made it too small because it's supposed to be really big and huge, like obnoxiously huge for some strange reason. But it's cute and adorable, so I just recopied it and redid it again. You only need to copy one side because one side's red, the other side's black. Of course. Always. That's always how it is. And then once you make your hood the way you want, baggy or not baggy, however, I went ahead and pinned it to black fabric, which this is all fleece, by the way. This is red fleece, black fleece, and white fleece is what you're going to need. But I copied the red fleece over after I realized that I need to do it on the correct sides because there is 2 different sides to fleece, so make sure that you get it on the right sides, or at least this one was. And this one, I believe I have the right sides facing together because that's the best bet. Yeah, because I'm sitting here talking to myself about it. And go ahead and pin it all the way around. This is going to make it easier so it doesn't move underneath while you cut it, and that way you get a full-on original copy of the actual hood. That way they're all symmetrical whenever you go to sew it later, because that's going to be the key to this entire hood. Like I said, in the onesie tutorial, I had to split up the hood and the onesie because of how much footage there actually was. So, yeah, this took me a while, but it's okay, it's worth it. Now go ahead and cut that out. Sorry, I keep rambling. It happens, you know. And then once you cut that out, do a little pose and stare at the camera weirdly. Now get your fleece, your white fleece, and we're going to make the liner now. Now you're just going to copy this exactly. Like, try to go a tad bit shorter because it is the liner, and she has the red and black showing, you know, like kind of hemmed in a way, a rolled hem, and it has white on the inside, and you need 2 white pieces because we're going to sew this separately so it doesn't show. So yeah, now we need to unpin what we did earlier, and now we're going to pin the white fleece to that, to our actual hood piece. So yeah, and here I am making sure that everything fits properly to make sure that it's smaller because it needs to be smaller, because you need about that much, that way it roll hems so it looks nice and pretty without losing a lot of the hood. So yeah. And so far the red side looks good, and then I believe the black should be fine as well. I don't think I redid this piece. Yeah, it should be fine. I've worn this costume like 3 times total. It's a very comfortable but hot costume. But it's very fun to be in, and it's very relaxing. Plus, how can you forget the bunny slippers? I mean, come on. Bunny slippers to a con? Yes, please. Anyway. After you make sure you appropriately size everything, you need to take it over to the sewing machine, and we're going to be zigzag stitching all of this together. So yeah, I think I went ahead and sewed up the middle. Yeah, I did. You see right there where I sewed the pieces together, like I sewed the red and black together, and I sewed both white pieces together. That way I can line up the seams, and I'm doing zigzag stitch, by the way, for all of this. So I'm going to line up the seams and go ahead and put the liner on the inside, because I believe that's what I'm doing. Yep, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to pin it that way, and what I'm doing is I'm alternating my threads. I believe I put different colored bobbin on top and I did white on the bottom. I believe that's what I did. I could be wrong. Might have been the other way. Yeah, because white's going to be up top. Okay, so I had white thread, and then I had the corresponding thread on the bottom, if that makes sense. Like if it's on the black side, have black in the bobbin, and if it's red, have red in the bobbin. That way you don't see the actual stitching. That's a little trick for you. One way to not see all the stitching. This thing took me freaking forever. And like I said, make sure you line up the seams, because that's going to be your best way to know if it's the perfect fit or not. And that way you also don't mess up. Here I am rubbing my head into it because I'm like, ugh, this is so frustrating. I'm screwing it up. Because it's like a one-shot thing. I believe this was done like 4 days before the con, or 3. And I was really, really stressed out because I like to push things down to the last minute, as always. Even though, you know, I try to plan to do it earlier, but I never get to it earlier. It just never happens that way. Yeah, rest in peace. But it's okay. That's con crunch for you. But yeah, watch while I try to attempt to roll it. See? You roll him, and then you pin it. And then you're gonna zigzag stitch it all the way around. Actually, no, I might have... Okay, I see what I did now. So, scratch what I said earlier about the threads. We're doing the correct colors, like black and black, red and red, like full-on thread, because we're roll hemming it. That's right. I'm a doofus. It happened, okay? This was built a year ago. I'm trying to remember everything that happened. This is why I'm gonna like the new style that we did for the next costume that we're gonna be posting. So forgive me. I'm trying. And here I am like, what am I doing? I'm doing it wrong. I love watching past me make so many mistakes. And watch myself just get frustrated over the most silliest things. And also do a dance number while you're at it, because, you know, dancing helps relieve the stress while we pin everything down. But yes, I will let you watch. And I'll shut up for a minute. I'm back! Now make sure to try it on, make sure that it's gonna look good, and I'm showing you where to sew it. Like I said, you're gonna do a zigzag stitch all the way around, because you rolled hemmed it all the way around. Now the only thing you need to not worry about is having the clean bottom. The bottom doesn't have to be fully clean because we're gonna attach it. Ha ha ha! Now you're gonna attach it to the top of the onesie, and go from, I would suggest, line up the middle seam, and then go outward from there. That is the best way to get this done properly. I had to unpin this and repin this 3 times total until I figured that out. So, you figured I would know, but I didn't. And this is how you do it. Line up the middle, and yeah, then pin it all the way around. That's exactly what you're gonna do. And then zigzag stitch this straight to the onesie. And here I should show you where you want to stitch it, like that, straight across. Hello! We are stitched on, and this is what it looks like. So you get to see my goofy self, and this is what it looks like fully. You can tell I totally do not vlog, because I'm shaky and everything. I was excited to have the actual onesie part done. And now, I'm going to show you where to put your ears. And while the hood is on you, you see the little marks, go ahead and mark where you want your ears to sit, which is right at the top of your head. And we're cutting out foam interfacing right now, and I had an extra bunny ear from my headset that I used, so I just used it. You can find any bunny ear and just do a bunny ear shape, but you need 2 foam pieces. This is why we're cutting out 2. And like I said, this is foam interfacing. You could pick it up at Joann's, pretty cheap. It's not that bad. And next, once we trim up all the pieces and make it look nice and pretty, because this needs to be very, very even for what's going to happen next for these poor little rest in peace ears. Next, you're going to want to use regular stiffener interfacing, like the really hard, stiff interfacing, like what I used for Dante's neck. I keep always referring to his neck. So many times I've used this interfacing. But you want to cut 2 bunny ear shapes from it. You can fold it over if you want. That way you get 2 shapes like I did here. Because you need a total of 4. And you're going to sandwich the foam piece in between. So you need 4 bunny ears from this stiff interfacing. You can also pick this up at Joann's as well. And you're going to sandwich it like that. Pretty cool, huh? And I would suggest when you go to the sewing machine to stitch those 3 pieces together before you stitch the ear to it. I would highly suggest that. And then grab your red fleece and go ahead and copy one set of the ears to that. Yeah, and go ahead and have it folded. and cut it out. And once you cut that out, you'll have two pieces because you're going to want it on the front and back. Because we're going to cut out one of the pieces to show the white ears that she has. And now you want to cut a black one. See, you're seeing a little theme here? So cut out two of that because we're going to sandwich it as well. Pretty cool, eh? Alright, now that you went ahead and stitched everything, go ahead and stitch the black pieces together, the red pieces together, and all of the white pieces together. Make your three-way sandwich and your two-way sandwiches of the separate colors. Keep your whites away from your colors, you know, just like laundry. And then once you do that, go ahead and use the scissors to help get that point up there and push it through. Just be very gentle and do it, and then put your white piece in there. And what you're going to do is go ahead and sew it shut. That way it doesn't move anywhere. And then you're going to cut an ear shape. And then you're going to roll hem it. Like I'll show you right here. And you just want to get the very edge. See? You don't want to cut too much. And then roll it and sew. That's really all you do. And it makes it a nice, perfect little ear. And then now that your ears are done, you gotta do it to the red side too. Go ahead and cut a tiny little hole to put your ear in, and then you're gonna zigzag stitch that into your onesie. Now, when it comes to cutting it, do not cut into the white lining. Only cut into the actual hood part. Like separate the hood, as you can see mine's really bunched up, and separate the lining from the actual hood, and make sure you only cut it into the hood. Because otherwise it's going to look weird without white lining, and you don't want that. The white lining is supposed to hide every single mistake that you ever made. You know? You get it? Yeah? Okay. Just making sure we understand. And I did it like 2 or 3 times, sewing it back and forth just to make sure it's going to stay. And the black goes on black and the red goes on red. Y'all should know how this goes by now. And now we're going to make the little pom-pom balls that are hanging at the end of the jacket. So I grabbed a Harley statue that had a perfect circular thing, and you want to make it semi-big, so try to find something about that size. I don't know what size that is, but try to find something that's a perfect circle and copy a white and black one. And now I'm showing you how to make the pom-pom. It's kind of like whenever you're ruffling something, you're gonna go back and forth, and this is all hand sewn. This would be best preferred if it's hand sewn. Go back and forth on the needle after you thread it, and pull every time you fill up the needle. See, like that. And then keep repeating it until you create this bowl-like texture thing. And once you create that bowl-like texture, I'll tell you what to do once we get there, which it's going to take a second. Because this part was actually really fun. I never made a pom-pom before, but like until this, and it was really fun. I actually liked it, which was weird. But you're going to do this to the white one and the black one. And like I said, you want the circles to be a tad bit bigger because we're going to have to stuff them. So, yeah. And then once you get close to the end, do not close it off yet. You want to make sure that it's open, like I said, like a little bowl. If you have contacts, kind of like your bowl for the, your eye. And then you're going to get some cotton and stuff it. And I mean stuff it like crazy. Just shove cotton in there like nonstop. And then keep pulling as you do it. That way you can see how much cotton you actually got shoved in there. And then once you get as much cotton shoved in there as possible, you're going to add the ribbon after that. But like I said, you need a lot of cotton. You'll see me going back and forth, like shoving a lot of cotton in there. And like I said, keep tightening it, but do not break your thread. Please be cautious about breaking your thread. I've done that a couple of times on the black one, so yeah. And then once you do that, you're going to go ahead and it's kind of like a cross. I call it a cross stitch. You're going to go across, and then you're going to go diagonal from that and go the other direction and hop across. So it's kind of like an X. You're kind of like making an X to close it up, but you don't want to close it up all the way. You're just going to keep pulling from side to side until it's almost completely shut. But like I said, not all the way, just almost. And as you can see where it's shutting on its own. It's pretty crazy, but pretty cool looking back at it. And once you do that, all I did was get some ribbon. You need black ribbon for the black pom-pom, white for the white pom-pom, and I cut off the ends, you know, so it doesn't fray that easily. And then I shoved it in there. What you can do is you can put the ribbon on your needle and pull it down and then just shove it in there while you close it. That's the best way, that way it stays on. And do a stress test a few times on it. And now I'm re-knotting it because now the end of it is going to attach to the very end of the hood. Now the white pom-pom is going to go on the red side and the black pom-pom is going to go on the black side. So yeah, and it's all just ribbon and pom-poms. That's really all it is. So just ribbon and fleece. If you have ribbon and fleece, you can make this entire costume, and interfacing, of course. But you can make this entire costume with just those little bit of materials, which is awesome because fleece goes on sale in the wintertime. Hey! So yeah, just hand sew it to the jacket. You can, you know, use the sewing machine either way for that piece. Make sure you do black on that side. That's it. Happy cosplaying. Bye, guys.